I cannot believe that I'm finally watching the Rehearsal Season 2. This rarely ever happens, but this morning, right after watching the first episode of the second season of the Rehearsal, here I am doing a review. There will be lots of spoilers, so if you don't want to have any spoilers, stop watching now. I figured I should give everyone a fair warning because I did not do a good enough job with my previous reviews to where I did not tell people that spoilers were coming. So, let's get started. I've written and filmed a few reviews this past Easter break. It is the 21st of April here in Norway. The year is 2025. I am 52 years old and I have been watching movies my whole life. And if you're wondering, that's why you sound like that. No, I sound the way I do because I lived in the United States as a little child, grew up speaking English my entire life, also lived in Australia and New Zealand. When I came to Norway, I was already an adult, so the way I speak English has absolutely zero to do with how people speak here. I'm an English teacher, so if I have a thick Norwegian accent, that would be detrimental to my job. Enough of that. So I have been watching movies my whole life, and I know that a lot of people share the same experience. They have been watching movies as well. I'm not a casual moviegoer. I go to the movies frequently. I watch series and documentaries, all sorts of TV shows for a reason. Movies, TV series, documentaries, and yes, reality shows too can be a source of cultural knowledge. I have been developing a project called Interviews for Educational Purposes for a few years now, and some of my interviewees are actors, comedians, documentarians, reality TV show stars, as well as educators, writers, and literature connoisseurs. All of them contribute to EFL teaching because most of relevant visual entertainment available worldwide is in English language. Having said that, I always feel like I have to justify myself every step of the way, but here goes. A couple of years ago on Hulu, just a little bit of a backstory. Hulu is a streaming site. I know a lot of people know this if they're in the United States, but it's only available in the United States. So I have to be virtually there to access it. Let's just leave it like that. And I've been accessing Hulu for the past few years. Hulu has opened the doors to an amazing amount of TV shows that I don't have access to here in Norway. I came across Nathan For You. Oh boy, what an experience that was. What an experience that was. Nathan For You. Oh boy, the show is a mixture of documentary and comedy. At least this is how I perceived it. Consequently, Nathan Fielder is no new name for me. I proceeded to watch the rehearsal and obtained statements from two of the reality show participants, which you can find here on my channel. I will put the links up and screen so you can watch their statements for my classes. So I have been using statements, interviews from authentic sources, people that speak English in one way or another for my classes. And because the experience of the rehearsal is so unique, I felt like it was paramount that I had something that unique within the scopes of what I'm teaching. It's very important for me. So I came across Nathan For You, which is a show like I had never seen before. I had never ever in my life seen something like that before. Like I said, to me, it came across as, I would say, a mixture of documentary, reality show, comedy. There's comic relief throughout the entire series. So, due to the passage of time, I didn't even think a second season of The Rehearsal would ever be made. I feel like it was years ago that I took statements from the two participants, Cora Skeete and Trish the Dish. I feel like it was years ago. I have to check to see exactly when it was. So I didn't think that they would make a second season, but I've been hoping that they would, because it's a fantastic series. It's very unique, and unique is the key. I love unique things. So while I waited, I watched a series called The Curse with Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone. Emma Stone is an actress who has really grown on me the past few years. I have watched several movies with her. Cruella, Kinds of Kindness, Poor Things, one of the Spider-Man movies from the superhero franchise, and much more. I have become familiar with a lot of her work. She's a marvelous actress, and so I watched The Curse. The Curse played out as a regular drama series for most of its episodes. If you do not want to know more, please stop reading or watching right now, because it completely is not a regular drama series, let me tell you. It has an incredible ending. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, we feel like we're watching a series about a documentary from most of the first season of The Curse. Although I doubt there will be a second season because of the ending, I feel like I should still refer to that season as the first, because Nathan Fielder is full of surprises. Nathan For You went on for 4 seasons. In that show, Fielder creates authentic, albeit unusual, experiences that can be anything from marketing strategies to improving someone's social life. I watched the entire series, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I can tell you, it's fantastic. The episodes are so, like, it's never the way you feel like it's gonna be. Something unexpected always happens. So if you like The Rehearsal, go ahead and watch Nathan For You. So while I waited for a second season of The Rehearsal and watched The Curse, I have watched all seasons of Nathan For You and have rewatched the first season of The Rehearsal several times. I was immensely surprised as well as filled with joy when I found out a second season would start airing on HBO. Yay! I used to have HBO Nordic a long time ago, as I live in Norway. I think I mentioned that. And we didn't have HBO Max until a few years ago. I'm going to say 3 years ago. So my account became HBO Max, and then it became Max, which is what we have now here in Norway. I get most of my favorite entertainment nowadays from Max. I believe that Max has offered me a lot more options than Netflix in the past 5 years. Netflix has been good, but Max has been a lot better the past 5 years. So I went into the first episode of The Rehearsal second season with an open mind. It is fair to say that as a big fan of Nathan's work, I would have thought it was pretty good, even if it had been awful. I'm serious. I really love his work. Notwithstanding all of that, the first episode of the second season of the show was incredible. Incredible. Nathan Fielder overdid himself with a concept that promises to be not only controversial, but also irrefutably interesting to even those who do not enjoy reality series or documentary series. The actor, director, TV producer, and creator is now exploring the world of aviation from the perspective of a pilot in the cockpit. I should say pilots. in a cockpit, because it's the relationship between the pilots that plays the most important role here in the second season of the rehearsal. In the first season, it was more the human element of everyday life. That was the focus. Having children, raising children, going on a date, coming clean about something that you haven't told people about. It was more about everyday situations. The second season, he really bumped it all the way up a notch. Yes. So the first season, I love the first season. I feel like I completely related to it. Maybe I'm in the spectrum, because a lot of people are saying that people in the spectrum who have Asperger's syndrome really related to the experiences of rehearsing for difficult social interactions. I sometimes struggle with that, but that's a different story. But we're here, second season, and it's a whole different ball game. So, Nathan has been studying airplane disasters and their causes. According to his research, a great deal of accidents involving airplanes can be avoided if the pilots talk to one another. Basically, it all boils down to communication. Following the Fielder method, which is an acting method developed by Nathan, in which actors follow sources for character development by observing the actions and reactions of real-life people, rather than just observing other performances. In this season, we meet a real pilot, his girlfriend, and other important figures in aviation from the United States. Thus, creating authentic versions of characters becomes a much more genuine experience, both for the viewers and the actors throughout crafting their performances. In its second season, the rehearsal has the difficult task of creating a comedy show based on these interactions taking place in a cockpit of airplanes. Well, at least that's how it came across to me. Well, I watched the first episode. I could be wrong. Let's wait and see. Nathan Fielder shows an interest and preoccupation with what happens due to human error. I love this part of it because I often wonder, I'm terrified of flying, by the way, so I often wonder what causes accidents like that. And I always wonder what could have been done to prevent them. He will be exploring the nature of these accidents and how better communication between pilots can be the key to preventing more in the future. He takes the unusual step of bringing in the pilot's girlfriend into the mix. She's asked to wear a pilot's uniform and have a personal conversation with him in the cockpit. The topic of sharing emotions seems to be at the core of this series. As someone who has been the culprit of letting my emotions take over when I am supposed to act in a neutral manner, I took tremendous interest in this topic. I cannot wait for the second episode. Maybe I'll review each episode. Maybe I won't. I won't have time or energy to do it. But one thing remains true, however. I will enjoy the season very much. This season promises to be a cut above the rest. I will definitely be rewatching it